Hello everyone, today we are going to study some of the example questions from the vocabulary section of verbal ability of cat. Let's have a look at it. First, the general directions. So it says, choose the word that is closest in meaning to the given word. So we have to choose the word that is closest in meaning to the given word. So basically we are looking for synonyms here. Okay, great. So the first question we have here is, the first word we have here is dogmatic. Okay, let's understand it in a sentence basically. So Steve Jobs very famously said, do not get trapped in dogma. What did he mean by this statement? He meant do not get trapped in opinions. So what does dogmatic means? Opinionated. So the correct answer is option C. So the answer is option C, opinionated. Let's see it in a sentence. So the sentence is, I would not be so dogmatic as some people. What do we mean by this statement? That I would not be so opinionated as some people. Great. Let's look at second question. The second question, the second word we have is facetious. So the word we have is facetious. Now the options we have here is, to be very honest, none of them are perfect synonyms for facetious. But we have to find the one which is closest in meaning to the given word. Okay. So the closest one here would be humorous. Generally, facetious is used for people who joke at the wrong time in the wrong place. So this is basically considered rude. So facetious is basically a negative word. Okay. But here the closest example is humorous. Let's have a look at it. So answer is option D, humorous. And the example could be, Muskan thinks she's being funny, but she's only being facetious and rude. This means Muskan thinks she's being funny, but she's only joking at the wrong time, in the wrong place, and being rude. Let's look at question number 3. The question is astute. Okay, so let's use it in a sentence again to have a proper context. So we say that he is an astute businessman. He is an astute politician. Dhirubhai Ambani was an astute businessman. So what do we understand by this? This means astute means someone who can get the work done. Okay, so this answer to this would be shrewd. The closest word would be shrewd here. So the answer is option A, shrewd. Let's have a look at it. Option A, shrewd, is the right answer. And to use it in a sentence, he was an astute businessman who easily could turn a profit. This means that the businessman was smart and could get the work done. And that is why he could turn a profit. Let's look at question number 4. The word 4 we have here is candid. Now I'm sure all of us have already used the word candid a lot for pictures and other things. But what does candid actually means? Now candid actually means is to be frank. Let's use it in a sentence to understand it better. The owner was candid about the things that went wrong as well as the successes. What do we understand by this? That the owner was frank about the things that went wrong as well as the successes. So the answer is option C, frank. Now the fifth word we have here is bilious. Now bilious is used for the person whose body creates a lot of bile. Now what do you think will be the temperament of the person whose body actually creates a lot of bile? It would be very bad tempered. So the answer is option B, bad tempered. Let's use it in a sentence. Our bilious neighbor is known for his bad attitude. So what do we understand by this statement is that the neighbor has a very bad temper. Great. Let's move on to the next question. The next question we have here is facile. Now facile basically means to get things done very effortlessly. Let's use it in a sentence. So let's say that India won the match facile, or it was facile for India to win the match. So here the answer is option B, effortless. Let's look at the answers. Option B, effortless, is the right answer. In the statement, we can say that while the adults found the video games complicated, the teenagers thought it was facile and easily played. This means while the adults found the video game complicated, the teenagers thought it was effortless and easily played. Great. Now let's move on to the next question. Question number 7. Execrable. The word we have is execrable. Now, execrable is something so bad that no other word can be used for it. So, execrable is basically a very negative word once again. Execrable is a negative word. Okay. And what is a negative word? What is a synonym according to you from the examples? From the options we have here is, so adorable cannot be the answer. Admirable cannot be. Amendable, not even close. Abominable means execrable. So these are all synonyms of each other. These are both negative words. Let's have a look at the answer. Option A, abominable, is the answer. And in a sentence we can say, she's always had execrable taste in men. Or we can also say that some people have an execrable taste in clothes. So, we can use this sentence. This means this is very, very bad. Execrable means very, very bad. Okay. Now let's move on to the next question. Question 8, the word we have is germane. The word we have is germane. So what does germane basically means? For example, we can say that this video, the examples video by Edurev for the vocabulary section is germane for cat. What do we mean by this? That it is relevant for cat. It is pertinent for cat. So the answer here is option C. So what is the synonym? The closest synonym we have from the option for germane? Pertinent. And also students, to please understand that impertinent is not the opposite of pertinent. Pertinent means relevant. So the opposite would be irrelevant, not impertinent. Impertinent means something entirely different. Okay, great. Now let's see the answer. Option C, pertinent, is the right answer. And what is the example statement we have is, he asks questions that are germane and central to the issue. This means he asks questions that are pertinent, that are relevant and central to the issue. This means that the person asks really good questions. The next question we have is question number 9, insipid. The question 9 is insipid. Now, let's understand this in a sentence for a better context. Suppose you are very, very ill. Okay, I hope none of you are. But imagine about the food that we eat when we are ill. So the food is all boiled. It doesn't have any spices or salt. And the food is very tasteless. The food is very uninteresting. And that is what insipid means. So that food is basically insipid. It is uninteresting. It is tasteless. And that is what this means. So the correct answer is option A. Let's see the answer. Option A, uninteresting, is the right answer. And in a sentence we can see it has been used. He has quite a good voice. It's just a shame they gave him a rather insipid song. This means that he had a really good voice, but it's a very bad thing that he actually got to sing a very uninteresting song. Great. Now let's move on to the next question. Question number 10, incipient. The word is incipient. Now question number 9's word, insipid and incipient, sounds very similar, but the meaning of these words are very, very different. When we talk about incipient, we are talking about something in the initial stages. So here the answer would be nascent. The answer would be nascent here. Let's see it. So the answer is option A, nascent. And the example is that the project is still in its incipient stages. The project is still in its initial stages, in its nascent stages. For question number 11, the word we have is ingenious. But before we start answering this, let's first again see the directions, because I can see that there is a change in the directions now. Now we have to choose the word that is farthest in the meaning to the given word. Now we have to find the word that is farthest in meaning to the given word. This means we have to find the antonyms of the given word. So now I do not have to find the synonym of ingenious. We have to find the antonym of ingenious. But for that, we first need to understand the meaning of ingenious, right? Now the meaning of the word ingenious is basically creative. And what would be the opposite of creative? Unimaginative. So the answer here is option number C. So unimaginative is a person who doesn't do things, of their own. They copy people and they don't have any real and original ideas. Well, ingenious people have really creative and their own ideas. Those are ingenious people. Let's look at it. So the answer is option C, unimaginative. Now for question number 12, we have the word ambiguous. The word is ambiguous. So ambiguous is a person who speaks for both sides. So the person is very indecisive in nature. Okay. So the synonym for that would be equivocal, a person who is going to speak for both the sides. While the opposite, the antonym for ambiguous would be definite, a person who is very clear of their stance. That would be definite. So that would be the opposite, the antonym for ambiguous. So the answer is option C, definite. For question number 13, the word we have is conflate. Now conflate means to join. So the antonym for it would be to divide. So the answer is option D, divide. For question number 14, we have the word tacit. The word is tacit. Now tacit basically means something which doesn't need to be spoken out loud. Okay, so this is something that is easily understood by everyone. And what would be the synonym for this? Implicit, something that we don't really have to point out. So what would be the opposite for tacit? It would be explicit. So the answer here is option D, explicit. Now for question number 15, we have the word schism. The word here is schism. Now schism basically means a rift, a divide. And what would be the option, which is antonym for this from our 4 options we have is harmony. Harmony would be the antonym for schism and would be the right answer here. So the answer is option B, harmony. For question number 16, we have the word species. The word is species. Now what does species means? Species means something which appears to be true but is actually false. This means we are talking about things which appears to be one thing but in reality that they are something different. What do we call this? Deception, deceptive. So here the synonym would be deceptive, but the opposite, the antonym would be valid. So here the correct answer is option C, valid. As you can see, the answer is option C, valid. For question number 17, we have the word spurious. The word is spurious. Now, what do we understand by this? Spurious means something which is false, inaccurate, not true. And the opposite for that would be option D, authentic. So the answer is option D, authentic. Now for question number 18, we have the word imminent. Now, before I start solving this question and telling you what do imminent mean, I want all of you to first understand that imminent is not related to eminent. Eminent basically means famous, while imminent means likely to happen. Okay, so imminent means likely to happen, while eminent means to be famous. So here the opposite of imminent would be option D, unlikely. So as you can see, the answer is option D, unlikely. For question number 19, we have the word lucid. The word is lucid. Now lucid means something very clear. So here the synonym would be option C, but what we are looking for are antonyms. So the answer would be option A, obscure. As you can see, the answer is option A, obscure. Question number 20 we have is arcane. The question we have is arcane. Now arcane means something mysterious, something secretive. So mysterious and secretive, both of these could be the synonyms of the word. What we are looking for is actually antonyms. So something which is mysterious. So what would be the antonym for this? That's something that is actually out in the open. So the correct answer is option C, open. As you can see, the answer is option C, open. So now with this, we have come to the end of our video, and I hope you all understood all the example questions we tried to solve together in this video. Now I would like to request all of you to go and attempt the test on the EduRev app and see how much you have learned about the vocabulary.